All right, so unfortunately for me, I don't have a 21 millimeters deep socket that I fit here. I have an impact one, but the wall thickness on the impact is too thick, and it doesn't clear the engine right here. So I don't have a regular 21 deep socket. I only have a regular socket, so it's not. Basically I can't get it in there, so I have to freaking use an adjustable wrench to hold it in place. The good thing is that this is a pretty big nut and it's pretty wide. So I'm gonna do something that normally you shouldn't do, is turn it from the bolt side. Usually when a bolt goes through something, you're supposed to turn it from the nut side, this side, and tighten it from this side, because what you do is when you're turning it from the bolt side is you're not just having the torque and the resistance from the threads, but there's also all the friction that along the bolt that that works against you. So I'm gonna try to do it this way. Hopefully it works. I mean, I don't recommend this at all. I mean, I should just stop and just order from Amazon a 21 millimeter deep socket. But I'm gonna try this and see if it works or not. If not, I'm gonna have to order that deep socket. Okay, so far it's working, but I can't really get a very good torque on it because I can barely reach the other side. I can barely reach both sides, basically. I think I have to take my seat off to be able to reach both sides. So let me do that. Let me take out my seat. And that way we could take off the seat, and I could actually get a hold of, actually get my hands around the wrench. Right now I can't really get my hands around the wrench. You can't get a good grip on the wrench. You're not going to be able to torque it down, but also potentially the wrench head itself might not be nice and flat along the bolt, the nut and bolt. So if that happens, you could strip your head, strip the head, and I don't want to strip the head. So I'm gonna take off the seat so I can get more reach, basically. Okay, let's get the seat off. This exhaust is turning out to be a lot more work than I had anticipated. Okay, now the seat's off. Let's see if I can reach both sides easily now. Okay, oh, that's much better. I can reach it easier. Hard to tell as far as I'm tightening the bolt. It's kind of hard to feel it because I'm not in my ideal position as far as my physical body where I want it to be. I think I'm tight enough. So I'm using a pretty long wrench too. So I'm using this extra long wrench that's over a foot long, or this might be a foot long from head to head over here. It's probably about a foot long. So and that's only a 14 millimeter, so it shouldn't need to be all that tight. 14 millimeter shouldn't be that tight to begin with. Okay, let's see if I could get this socket or this adjustable wrench off. Oh, shit. Okay, come on. Just wiggle it a little bit, damn it. So usually when you put on the adjustable wrench, you don't just go put it in there and have a loosey, kind of like a loosey-goosey kind of a fit where it's kind of like, as you get on there, what I usually do is I wiggle the wrench around. As I'm wiggling the wrench around, I'm basically, and when I'm wiggling the wrench around, I'm tightening it as well, because I want to take off all the slack I can. Because remember, this wrench only holds two sides, two corners, so it can strip very easily. So that's why you have to make sure it's nice, in there nice and tight, and there's no give on it. So I think I'm good there. So yeah, okay. So now I'll continue. Oof, man, this has not been a fun job at all. Okay, so I think we're in frame now. Okay, sheesh, dogs are barking up a storm here. Okay, so now we can put on the bracket. So here's the bracket. It's gonna go like so. These two holes down here are for the muffler, and this is for the mount. So it goes under like so. Then now I need to put that bolt and spacer that I had up here. All right, so the spacer goes underneath, and the bolt over that. That should be it right there. There's plenty of space on the other side, so there shouldn't be any what's the word I'm trying to find? There shouldn't be any clearance problems. So it should go in pretty easily. Now I don't even know where all my nuts and bolts are, because I was like fiddling around with all this other crap. I have tools everywhere. Tools are everywhere. Okay. I'm not sure if this thing is going in. Doesn't feel like it's going in. Or maybe it's just extra long, but it doesn't feel like it's. Nope, it's not going in. See, I knew it. I felt like it wasn't going in. Nope, still not going in, is it? Okay, it is. I have to push it. Yeah, okay, now it's in. I have to push it in a little bit. Okay. Oh man. Okay, shoot. Now I have to freaking reuse this nut that was like kind of partially stripped. But that's what I got. Unfortunately for me, I don't see any Loctite on it. Yeah, looking in the threads here, I do not see Loctite. Doesn't spin on very good though. It's kind of rough. Man, it's really rough actually. It feels like it's misthreaded. I wonder if that thread's damaged. That's why it was so hard to come off. Shoot, this thing doesn't come with any other what's it saying? Any other nuts and bolts. Okay, so it fits on here perfectly fine. Why doesn't it fit on here? Maybe this thread is not very good. It's probably this thread is not very good. Okay. Man, this whole part right here has been a struggle this whole time. Okay, there it goes. man, it's not very easy on. Feels like it's that the thread's not very clean. I was pretty much almost always use hand tools, and I never use okay, there was like a little section that was kind of tight. Now it's actually a lot looser now. So I always like to use hand tools because you never know with when you use power tools, you don't have any feel on it. When I'm tightening stuff down, I always use hand tools because without feel, you don't know if it's stripping or what's going on, because you don't have that feedback that you do with compared to say hand tools. So this thing is what was it? I forgot how many newton meters it was, but I'm just gonna do it by hand because I have a pretty good feel for it, for the stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think it was 30, was it 39 or 54 millimeters? What was it? It was, let's see. They gave me two numbers. They gave me a 54 and a 39. But these are both the same threads though. So that's the same thread, so they should have the same amount of newton meters. So I'm thinking it's 39. 39 newton meters. Maybe 54. So I know this one up here, this big one right here is 54 newton meters. And this bottom one here is only 31. So anyway, so these two are tight now. I could put this one back in. I'll slide this back in. Oops, hit the camera there. Okay. Okay, so let's see, where's the nut to this? Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. That's a 12, yeah, that's a 12. So I had a 14. That's my 12. Move the nut here, so this is a 19, and I have to hold the other side. The other side's a 14. I know my videos are like, sometimes when you watch them, it's hard to watch because it's hard to consume basically, because it's, people are like, oh, you need to edit this, edit that, but then you won't be able to see my struggles. That's the main reason why I do these videos. It's not just how to do it, but you actually see step by step where all my struggles are, so when you do yours, you know what to expect. Because most people, when they do the stuff, they don't show you, when they do the videos, they don't show you everything. They only show you here this is in, use that wrench, this wrench, and that's it. And they don't actually show you the struggles when they have a hard time or when they make mistakes and stuff. You don't see any of that. All that stuff gets edited out. So with mine, you'll see all of that, and that's what I want you to see. That's what I want. I want show that the struggle is real. The struggle is real. So 19 on this side and 14 on the other side to hold it. Good there. So whenever you have something that has a big one and a smaller one, always do the big one first before you do the small one. You're just tightening it down. That's the order. Okay, whew, man. Yep, the struggle is real, alright. Okay, so now I can put the can on. Hopefully it gets easier. because if this definitely more sugar than way more sugar than I expected, than I anticipated. That was gonna be an easy on-off, like the Super Cub. The hardest thing was taking off the damn gasket right here. That was the only real struggle, and that wasn't even a struggle. It was just kind of hard to take it off. But now, okay, where's my can? Okay. So here's my can. Now it's getting dark. Really dark now. And it's like, geez, it's almost pitch black out there. So there's my can. So this side has the little slots, so that means that's where the header goes in. The other side is not. So I'm touching this thing with my bare hands. Once I finish this, I'm gonna take denatured alcohol and wipe this clean. Wipe all the oil from my greasy hands off, because if you leave that on there, the greasy fingerprints, and because this thing is, you know, it's polished, the heat will kind of cause the fingerprints to stay there, and it's, you know, once it's been heated, you know, the oil's been heated up, it doesn't want to clean off very well. It does clean off, but not very well though. All right, so they got 2 bolts that I came with, and right here are the 2 screws basically, or the 2 nut side. Just pick one and put it in. Let out some steam right there. Release that pressure. It's always good to release pressure. So I'm not using any Loctite on this one. I don't think the instructions tell you to use any Loctite either. Lots of times with exhaust mounts, I like to use Loctite just because it vibrates. It's a tendency to, you know, for the vibration. But in this case, I'm not gonna do it because I think I should be okay. Oops, that one's too tight, so I'm gonna not fully tighten this can down. I'm just gonna leave it like a quarter turn loose. That way it can still move a little bit, have a little bit of movement. So that way I could put in the front side. Over here. Oh. This side now. Okay, so where's my header? Okay, here's the header. It's still fully wrapped in here. I haven't taken this thing off yet. Geez, it's wrapped in here good. Can't tell where the tape is. Tape there. This one they fully wrapped it in tape. I wonder why. Oh, come on. Still fully wrapped in tape. Cut that tape off. All the tape ends over here. The thing about the Japanese I really like, you know, everything they do is, you know, it's very methodical. It's not just the actual parts and products, but even wrapping it up and everything. It's very methodical. So there it is. This header is also nice and polished. So after I finish mounting this, I'm gonna clean this up with denatured alcohol to get my greasy fingerprints off of it. Interesting. So the stopper here has 2 spots. One here where it's welded. The rest of it's not. Actually, you know what? The rest of it is. It's welded up here on top. But down here it's not. So these 2 gives it extra support. Because if you only weld the top right here and not the rest of it, this right here eventually over time it'll crack. So these ones are actually autogenous welded. It's a very nice weld too, very nice TIG welding. Autogenous, same with this one. These ones right here, these ones are autogenous as well. Okay, so like so. I'm gonna get the gasket. So my gasket right there, that's the gasket it comes with. So it doesn't matter which side you put in, on or off. It don't matter none. I'm gonna put it like this, on that. Actually, before I do that, let me. I should have put the head on first before I put on the muffler. So you're supposed to slip the muffler on. But you know, the thing with the header is that nothing is holding it besides the. You see, this thing is all taped up real nice. This is the little bushing, the exhaust bushing. Like the little exhaust bushing right here between the header and the muffler where it steps on. So bushing slash, oh man, it's bent. Oh, because it's soft metal. I don't know what the hell it's made of. I wonder if this thing is lead or something. It's really soft. It looks like it's actually spun in layers. Yeah, it looks like it's like a bunch of layers that's been wrapped. It might be aluminum, but it's definitely soft. It was elongated a moment ago, and here I am trying to make it round again. Squeezing it, making it round again. Oops, this side. You see how elongated it is, right? It's egg shape. Squeeze it a little bit. There it goes. Round it out. So this thing's definitely not solid, because if it's something like that stays thick and it's solid, there's no way I could move this. So even if this was aluminum, there's no way I could move this. Look how thick this is. This is over 1/8 of an inch. This is like that's over 1/8 of an inch for sure. What's one size up from 1/8 of an inch? I mean, what the next size up is, but anyways, it's bigger than that. So this slips in. So it only goes in so far, because this right here, this slip, and this end is bigger and wider, whereas the pipe past it is actually more narrow. So it actually gets reduced. So this side should just slip right on. Let's see. Yeah, it just slips right in. Actually, let me do that. Let me slip this in, like so, and put the little what's this thing called? The band, the pipe band, the hose clamp, band clamp. So let's put that in first. So I have this thing here flush with my pipe. I'm not sure how much I need. So this end is the my header. Actually, I also get the little gasket on there as well. All right. So my little flange to hold it in place. I made sure that the underneath here was already cleaned up. So I'm gonna slip this on. So, oh, that's a very tight fit. Very tight fit down here. Oh. So maybe that's why they suggested you mount the header on first before you do the the muffler. Okay, that's pretty close right there. That's my flange here. Put that on. There we go. Oops. Make sure your gasket's nice and lined up so it doesn't get crushed improperly. Okay, so that's in there. So I'm gonna screw my 2 bolts here real quick just to hold it in place. Oh, the threads are not clean. I feel a little bit of grittiness on the thread right here on this. So this one feels clean, but this other one doesn't. Feel a little grittiness. Is it this side or the bolt side? Might be the bolt side. So I feel a little grittiness up in here. Let me get a wire brush and clean it up real fast. You don't want to have that grittiness. That potentially could. Dang it, I need to take this off. Okay, let me clean the threads. Let me take this off and clean the threads. Again, I'm glad you guys are seeing this because other people probably won't show you all these little small minor things that makes a difference. So since I'm at it, might as well do both sides. So it's best to use a stainless wire brush. In this case, I didn't have a stainless wire brush. I just used a brass wire brush. Alright, so let's try that again. Snip this in like so. Get my gasket in there like so. Make sure the gasket's lined up properly so you don't damage it when you get the header on. That's okay. My thread's nice and smooth, clean. That's good. Let's see if this side is smooth and clean. Okay, good. Nice, smooth and clean. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. So I'm wiggling it a little bit just to make sure that it's seated. Everything's like seated properly. And I'm just finger tightening everything because I want to make sure that everything is like basically balanced. You know, the two sides here are balanced, meaning the threads that it's exposed should be about the same. Because you don't want to tighten one side more and tighten one side less. So you know that the flange, the mount here, instead of being nice and square, it might be kind of cockeyed a little bit. So that's what you don't want. Where the heck are my tools? Okay, what was that? That was a 12 millimeter. Where's my 12? Okay, I got my 12 right here. Like so. That. Again, I'm looking at my threads, so they're both pretty even, so I'm good there. I'm gonna go back to my muffler over here, and I'm gonna kind of wiggle that around as well. And this one you can actually kind of move it in and out a little bit too, back and forth a little bit. I'm gonna push my muffler forward as much as it could go forward. I basically want to have more overlap here at the joint. The more overlap it is, the more the more sealed it is. So that's good there. That looks like a 10. Yeah, that's a 10. Do I have a 10? Let's see. Yeah, I do have a 10. So here's a 10. You can place this however you want. You can place this on top if you want. I'm gonna place it so that way you can't see it. You can't see the bolt. So it's a little cleaner that way. And that's the reason why I have the head right here, so that way it's down, so that way I can reach it in with my wrench. Because if it's on top, on the other side, I can't reach in this way, right? Well, I guess I can. If I take off the extension, I go like this. Actually, you know, I could do that too, but it's too late. I already connected the two. That means I have to split this apart and flip it. So you could do that, but you know, I'd rather reach from the bottom. It's just easier that way. It's just more clearance. Easier that way. So I'm gonna put this band pretty much right at the edge. It's not gonna be flush with the edge. It's gonna be kind of in about a millimeter or so. So that way the edge you could barely see it sticking out. Because the edge of the can here is actually it's actually cleaned up, so it's not sharp. So it's basically, it has a little bit of a tiny little bit of bevel. My band is down where the flat spot is, not where the bevel is. Okay. So I just tighten it by hand. I didn't, you know, tighten it. I'm gonna go down underneath here and tighten these ones down here. I'm not sure if this wrench could fit. Yeah, this wrench not gonna fit. So this right here does not fit. What you need to do is you need to use like an open end wrench basically. So I have that here, open end wrench. This one's a little bit long, but it should work now. Oops, now it's loosening it. This way is tightening. There we go. And this wrench is like extra long, so I have to be careful. I'm not holding it all the way at the end here. It's gonna be too much torque. I'm holding it like in the middle, so that would be like a regular wrench. So that way, you know, you don't over torque this, because this is only a 12mm head. So the bolt, you know, the shaft, the thread itself is not very big and strong. So if I held this wrench at the end, it's gonna be too much torque on the bolt, and it could strip or break. Okay, so that's good there. We can go back to this down here. Oops, that was I needed a 10. I think I'm at a good spot where I can actually have enough clearance to not need that extension. Yeah, I don't need that extension. So this thing is nice and polished looking. You know, the stainless steel pipe is polished, so it goes along with the rest of the monkey as far as how it looks, you know, because you notice where I'm holding my wrench right here. I'm literally holding right here because this is only a 10. It's not very strong, so I don't want to hold it at the end. That's too much torque. So that's right where I'm at should be strong enough. It's like kind of like if this was an Allen key. Okay, that should be enough. Any more than that, I could, you know, strip that thread or whatever, and break that head. Okay, that's it. Oh, I need to tighten these two. Almost forgot about that. So those ones are 12mm. I need a extension for that. So let's tighten these two. So just go a little bit at a time, making sure that, you know, it's balanced. You know, both sides have the same amount of torque. As you turn this in, it's gonna squeeze the gasket. You know, the little head gasket. It's gonna squeeze it. You know, it's gonna squeeze it tight, or flatten it out basically. So that's how it seals. So that will squeeze and tighten up. That's how it seals the header from leaking. So that should be enough, I think. So these ones as well, I'm not holding at the end. I'm holding like kind of in the middle of the wrench, because it doesn't need that much torque, because this is only a 12mm. Okay, that looks good. So these two are tight. This one down here is tight. The two down on the bottom holding the bracket is tight. These two over here are tight. I think that's it. All right. Oh, this video became much longer than it should have been. But anyways, so yes, tomorrow in daylight, I need to clean up, you know, denatured alcohol, the exhaust, so get my oily fingerprints off, and I can start it up and see how it sounds. All right, thanks for watching.